Hey everybody, it's your boy Texas, back with the MUTMen podcast, episode 111. Speaking of binary to you guys out there, is that binary? Fox?
Yeah,
binary?
yeah. As long as it's got ones and zeros,
Okay.
you got the ones.
So it's 111. Anyway, we got Fox here. How you doing, man? How's it going?
Yeah, good. And you're number one in all of our hearts, Texas. Hey, by the way, I got a lot of feedback on the text message last week. They said it was the best one ever.
Well, okay, so I got retired at that point then, right? I got retired.
No, that's not what that means.
If I can't top it, I have to retire.
It just means you can get better. I mean, everybody's got their masterpiece to get better. Do you think like Steven Spielberg gave up after E.T.? No, he kept going. He kept dropping
And everything
hits.
after that has been a bomb.
What are you talking about?
Steven Spielberg. Well, like what's been his he hasn't made anything great recently, right? I mean, it was a remake, so that doesn't count. Ready Player One bombed, for what money you put into it. Like, what has he made?
Okay, after E.T., watch these hits: Schindler's List, Jurassic Park, Saving Private Ryan, Lincoln.
All right, you know what? I know he directed all those movies. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I retract my statement. He made Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It was
Did
amazing.
not know that.
Yeah.
That was the first war movie I've ever seen. And that voice here in the background, by the way, is not the first time you heard him on the podcast. It's his third time.
I'm glad to be back as always. I just always feel so welcomed here. This is my favorite podcast. It's the only podcast I want to be on.
Oh, wow. You flatter us, Sav. It doesn't mean we're going to go easy on you with the questions this week, just let you know.
I'm always ready for them, man. I'll give them my most charismatic answers yet, too.
I love it. You don't do anything but charisma.
Absolutely. Why be boring? Why be boring? We got one life, gotta live it to the fullest.
Yeah, we're here for a good time, not a long time. That's the theme of the podcast, right, Tex?
Yes, it is. Shout out to Drake and his Raptors.
Wasn't that a saying before Drake?
No, Drake's the one that. Well, it might have been, but Drake famous it, so it's his quote. Like he boot ganged that quote. Whoever said it before him, he stole it from him, and it's now his. That's how that works. He deboed it from the original owner.
I like it. Hey, Tex, what's your message this week? Let's top the last one.
I don't think I could top last one. I didn't do anything this week. I cleaned up, right? I went to the gym, which I've been doing a lot lately. And yeah, I didn't do anything. So I'm sorry. I'm about to leave y'all on that amazing one last week.
You literally say that every week, Tex, and then you remember something and then kill it. Remember it.
I'm trying. I didn't do anything. Like, this is one of the weeks I didn't do anything besides just make Madden content. That's all I did.
Unblock the tragedy from your mind and tell us about it.
Bruh. What?
I know you've shut it
I
out.
mean, I got drunk and played Hero Skate, and that's pretty much all I did, which is Dungeons and Dragons, but with heroes.
Oh, okay. I've never heard of that.
That's all I did. It's a game that my friend I went to high school with, his brother-in-law has these Marvel characters and DC characters, and he has these cards that he creates for them that can do special abilities. And so he builds like a big game board, and you just kind of fly around or walk around attacking other teams. It's the most nerdiest shit I've ever done in my life, but it's so much fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say I want to sit here on Judgment Mountain and think I'm better than that, but I'm totally not. That sounds fucking awesome.
It's so dope. And you mix in tequila and bad decisions, you end up losing early.
What kind of bad decisions are you making?
All right, I thought that I could engage in a fight from a distance.
Texas got engaged this week. Hype.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Who's the lucky lady?
Pamela Anderson.
Nice. That's kind of. How old is she now?
I mean, she's my age.
Oh, are you 50?
You don't. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. In the black to white conversion years, I'm 50.
You're 50. I'm 84, so we're kind of close.
Yeah.
All right, let's get on to the Madden stuff. We're kind of off topic. Yeah. All right, so here's the agenda. We're going to talk about Rex leaving. So he left like the day after we recorded the podcast. We weren't able to talk about it. The golden tickets and the EA scam for golden tickets. Sav and his Club Series event, we're going to transition that into competitive Madden and going forward. Why does Sav hate Madden 18 right now? A little bit maybe into Fortnite with that because he's been going hard on that grind. The Game Changer program, they just put out like a set of rules of how to be a game changer, and then comments at the end. You guys killed it with the comments this past week on my channel. Some great ones. I don't think we'll be able to get to all, even though like some of them are really good topics of conversation. We won't be able to get to them all, unfortunately, but we will try to hit the bunch. So if you don't get your comment answered this week, definitely hit us with it this week on Texas' channel. But otherwise, yeah, let's get started with it. Rex leaving EA. Apparently this had happened a while ago, and we just found out about it in the community. I don't know, because how I heard about it was Rex updated his bio on Twitter or something, and then we checked out his LinkedIn profile, and he was working at like I forgot the name of this, like a mobile games company. So he had left EA a little bit ago, and they had replaced him with, is it Michael Young? This is not. It's kind of, this is from Sports Gamers Online, their news article about it. So it's not anything I've heard firsthand, just what I read in the news. Michael Young, the guy who did Long Shot, is basically taking over Rex's spot. So a lot of people on Twitter were like, we're talking about.
In the back. Laugh a little loud.
God, man.
So a lot of people on Twitter are talking about Clint taking over for Rex's spot, and that's not true. Clint is still doing gameplay, but apparently the Long Shot guy is now leading the charge forward for Madden. So I guess my question first, I think I'll direct this to Sav first. Do you see this as basically EA's top brass, like pushing Madden more towards a casual audience away from more the serious hardcore gamers that Rex really focused on?
You know, man, I mean, when you say like it's so hard when we talk about Madden, because, you know, it's supposed to be a football simulation, but every single year, in my opinion, I just feel like we get so much farther away from it being like a football game, like especially this year, like especially in the beginning of the year, like the spins and stuff, like, dude, like super unrealistic stuff, and to be honest with you, when it comes to like what Rex wanted, I mean, I don't know if Rex just wanted cover 2 to be the greatest defense to ever happen, because like it was pretty good this year until like the swerve came out. But I mean, I don't know. I don't really think like this new guy though, because he did Long Shot. You know what I mean? Like a Long Shot, I didn't like Long Shot because I don't play. You know what I mean? It's hard. It's hard coming from somebody who plays at such a high level. And I mean, when I use high level very lightly, but like I don't really know what Rex catered to, if that makes any sense, because I just feel like we would say something's wrong and it would take 15 years for him to finish, like kind of address, like he knew it was there. And I know a lot of people kind of went unprofessional on Twitter, especially with some of the ways that they tried to like explain a problem to him. But at the same time, though, I mean, there were still so many problems in the game that are in the game still now that are just still like they've been like it's just the issue. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't really know what Rex really catered to. Like, what did he want for this game? I mean, I know he had good intention, and I know it's super hard to actually replicate some sort of real-life football into a video game, and of course there's going to be glitches. There's going to be so much stuff into it, and I know it's super difficult. Like, I know it is. I have no clue how to do any of that stuff. But at the same time, though, it's like the game, it's been the same game for what? How many? I've been running Bunch for 3 years. Bunch for 3 years.
Yeah, and I mean it. He kind of wanted a football game, it feels, but he wanted it more like a competitive, like more deterministic in some sense for some things. Like basically, he was all about skill gap, in my opinion. In your opinion on whether the Madden had a skill gap or not is not really like relevant right here. Basically, Rex kind of he didn't want the downfield passing, so he instituted the SWAT. So that you got rid of downfield passing against the cover 2, cover 3, so you could just kind of set a couple guys back there and they'll SWAT everything down. He wanted more like where his famous quote that everybody roasted him for was you'll have to live and die by your reads. It's the year of the user, basically. So you have to actually be good at passing the ball, and everybody made fun to throw it at in his face, because that's not exactly how Madden played, because players would still drop the ball and whatnot. So it felt like really in the way he interacted with the community, he was on Twitter quite a bit. He responded to a lot of guys that were more like, the problems, the serious competitive guys, and kind of took a lot of their feedback into account. What do you have to say about that, Sav?
Oh, I agree, because like I said, like obviously those guys, like the pro players, like the true pro players, like the guys that do it for a living, they handle a lot more situations professionally. Like obviously there's so many little like younger dudes like saying like, oh, like Rex, you screw you, the game sucks, like this, that, the other thing and stuff. I mean, obviously I've had my time with Rex, like just screaming all the time whenever I'm streaming Weekend League, just blaming him for it. But I mean, it's just what comes along with it. And I do feel like, yeah, he did listen, you know what I mean? And he listened, and he wasn't a baby about it, because I remember like when they were saying like Clint, like he blocks everybody and stuff. Rex didn't really block anybody. Rex kind of just, sometimes you have a little sarcastic replies to people, or I don't know about that, but for the most part, Rex, you could tell that he was like concerned. You know what I mean? Like he was concerned about how the game was. It's just it's super difficult to actually perfect this game. And, you know, I understand that. I have to you gotta, I don't care who watches this. You have to understand how difficult it is to make a video game, especially one that is a simulation of the sport of football, when you literally only have control truly over one player when the play is live. It is extremely difficult to make it that perfect. And Rex did a pretty good job at taking everything into account that was said to him and trying to make it as best as it could be.
Yeah, one comment I'll say before I throw it to Tex on this same thing. Basically, I think you're right, where his head was in the right place for the competitive guys and for the more deterministic football, but the execution wasn't exactly there in a lot of spots. And so that's if you're gonna fault them for something and fault them for the game for having, you know, the swerve in the game, for the nickel blitzes working, for a lot of the things that like a lot of people had issues with, you could kind of take that to heart. But Texas, I saw you when I made a video on Rex leaving. You had the top comment. Well, I pinned it, but it got a lot of likes. Yeah. But can you give us your take on why Rex left, or why they got rid of him?
Also, okay, so touch back what Sab said. Rex really didn't block anybody because he made the joke on our podcast. He only blocks people that Guru tells him to, because that's kind of Rex doesn't really care. So if Guru says block this guy, Rex will like, why? Then Guru just block him for him on his own account. So yeah, Rex just kind of a man to the people, because he just take all that feedback and just deal with it. But I put in your comment section what he got let go because of the target passing, wasting resources on that, and the competitive stuff. At first, I thought he got pushed out. I thought Clint got his job. Because like in corporate environments, you always have somebody kind of shaking your hand but also stabbing you in the back. So I thought that was some devious things by Clint going on in the background. But once I found out Clint to get his job,
you think Clint was on this podcast? You think he's that kind of guy?
No, everybody's that guy when they're trying to make more money, bro. When money's at stake, what's the saying go?
Yeah,
there's too
more
much
money,
dollar,
more problems.
No, there's too much dollars at stake. Why would you expect change?
Texas, I'll just say for the future, noted.
All right. All right. No, this is not foreshadowing in any means. But no,
I'm going to get stabbed in the back and say, E2, Texas?
You should have expected it. But no, so I thought that it was he was doing, because that's usually how the stuff works in corporate. It's always somebody kind of like telling the manager or somebody up higher they can do the job better than you. And I thought that's what's going on. But it was apparently, but not with our man Clint. It was with the other guy that apparently was doing long shot that thought he can do a better job than Rex. And so the reason why I put that was mostly because of the joke, but I think competitive might have kind of got him about the paint, because if I'm a business and I know they're making an investment into this, and I'm seeing that this is kind of making, like, every time this is a loss, like, there's nothing positive really being gained here. Like, you got Fortnite, an unofficial Fortnite stream getting 650,000 people concurrent, but a Madden stream can't break 10K. Something needs to change.
Yeah, we'll talk about competitive in a little bit. So you think competitive took him out. Here's the thing, like, competitive Madden wasn't exactly his decision. Like, there's an entire separate, like, organizational structure in EA of competitive that don't report to Rex. Like, there's the gameplay people that reported to Rex, there's the MUT people that didn't go through Rex, and there's the competitive people who didn't go through Rex either. So he wasn't really in charge of either of those two divisions, from my understanding. Now, there might have been some, movement back and forth between some people, but that's kind of my understanding of EA's corporate structure. Now, the people that I've asked that we've had on the podcast, they've refused to comment on EA's corporate structure outside of, like, things I've been able to piece together from what they've said. So I might be a little bit off, but that's kind of the competitive is like it was a top-down decision for EA, because you saw the FIFA competitive stuff go on. So it's not just Rex. Tex. What do you think about that?
I get that it's not just him, but I feel like with a lot of the stuff they were seeing in the competitive stuff, as well as them not getting as much, might be partly to blame with him, because like the fact that we've seen Bunch win the tournament for the past 3 years is not developing any game in some sort of way. Like, you usually see overpowered things, but after a while those things get nerfed. But in this case, a lot of the stuff, if you're watching, has been the same things for the past 3 years.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah, so like if I'm a company, I'm like, yo, this is not real football. I'm seeing dude's air truck winning $100,000. I'm seeing somebody run a formation where literally, as long as you don't make a bad read, you can just run this the entire way down the field, and there's nothing your opponent can do to stop it. Like and then everybody's running the same defense. And it's just, I feel like they were like, you know what, this is not really the direction that we want to go into because it's not actually representing what we want to show on a competitive field. And Rex may not have control, but he had a big voice. He probably could have told these guys, hey, tell your players to stop running the same shit. But no, they just kind of just did things in the shadows instead of doing things that people kind of, I think, would appreciate and would want to watch on a grand scale.
Yeah, it was interesting. Like with Bunch, they nerfed the hell out of it this year, but like they forgot about West Coast Bunch. It was the strangest damn thing. Like but you didn't see Bunch much early in the year until like was it November or December when they put in the alternate playbooks, and then everybody's running Bunch all of a sudden. The West Coast playbooks everywhere, and then you saw a little bit out of other playbooks. You know, New England's got a pretty decent bunch. Yeah, Tampa Bay.
Yep.
I know the Browns that you ran, Sav, had a good bunch for you. So it was weird. Like I don't, it's whatever. That's here nor there. Like with the gameplay, and you get to find faults in that. But here's the thing: like Madden's still selling. They're still generating a lot of revenue. So it's not exactly like the gameplay. It wasn't the community. It wasn't pack sales or game sales that did Rex in. It was inner office politics, a parting of the ways. I think in his or a difference of opinion. That got him to go. So basically, inner office politics. His bosses didn't like what he did. What's up?
Who's the person that stabbed Julius Caesar in the back? That Brutus?
That was Texas. No, that was Brutus. Yeah.
All right, yeah. Brutus, bro. Brutus in the office,
never gonna
bro.
let you live that down.
Yeah, this is not a corporate environment, first of all, so I don't even know how this comparison here. And I'll only stab you in the back if Rihanna wants to be my next co-host. I'm just saying.
Noted. Okay, all right. I'm fine getting stabbed in the back. I'll take that one for the team for you, Tex. But anyway, yeah. So it's weird because like people before the thing came out, people were like, did the community, and our harshness make him want to leave? But no, it's kind of like a separate vision forward for the franchise. So so basically when we yell out Rex now for all the stuff that's bad happening for us on the field, now we have to yell out hashtag bring back Rex because everything bad going forward is somebody else's fault. We just got to find out who that is. But I think hashtag bring back Rex for when we get screwed in Weekend League is the move forward. What do you think, Sav?
Oh man, I'm gonna be screaming something next year. We'll figure it out, I guess, as it comes along.
I guess Clint is always a good scapegoat too.
Well, all right, we'll go Clint. I'll scream it. They'll probably block me right after, but hey, that's cool.
Clint, because it's nice. It's a nice like Rex Clint, both really like
it's like stern. Things. Like you can be Rex Clint. Like it really gets the point across here. You're pissed about something.
Yeah, it's guttural. Maybe it comes from the gut. It comes from down deep inside you. The hate. But so yeah, I don't know. Like you guys, in your opinion, how do I want to phrase this? Are you guys more excited about the future of Madden now that Rex is gone, or are you less excited about it, Tex?
I don't know. Probably indifferent as of right now.
Are you giving the new guy a shot?
Cause I don't like to. Yeah, I kind of have to at this point, right? Because I don't want to be like I'm looking like less forward. Madden 19 is pretty much already done. I guess Madden 20 would be the better question for you to ask that.
Yeah,
because Madden 19 is pretty much like Rex's hands is still gonna be over Madden 19, maybe Madden 20. So you got to wait and see what this new guy is gonna concoct and see what kind of vision he has for the future.
Yeah, because when Rex was on the pod, he mentioned his 5-year plan forward. And that's gone. That's dead now that he's gone. He never actually revealed to us because he doesn't want to talk about future content, but what the 5-year plan was. So it's kind of like what's that old sketch with Al Gore and his lockbox? Yeah, we don't know what's in the lockbox, but this may or may not be I'm getting off topic. So we'll see what the new guy if he directs, if he keeps the company line and keeps it going towards competitive more stuff, or as he makes it more like the real NFL where like one-on-one downfield passing matters, the pass rush is harsher, but what he does with thresholds. And Sav, same question to you, are you more or less excited now about the future of the Madden franchise?
Well, personally, I told myself this year, like going into Madden 19, I'm not getting my hopes up at all. I am going into Madden 19 simply with just like not like an attitude, but in a way like just the thinking, like if I can go into Madden 19 and run Corner Strike 87 times like I did in the first weekend league this year and win 23 games, then I'm just not gonna know what to do anymore, man, because that's just bad. You know what I mean? I need to be. That's what it's going to come down to. If I can find 6 plays to call in the first week of the game, I mean, I know it's the first week, and I know for obviously the better players, they can kind of pick up something really quick and kind of freestyle with it until everybody really gets their schemes down. But, I mean, if it's that easy again, man, that's what it's going to come down to me. Once I get my hands on 19, but like Tex said, I don't know, 19 is probably pretty much already, 19 is probably done. So I guess, yeah, I'm going to probably have to wait till 20. But I'm just kind of going into, like, the future of Madden's kind of just, like, really, like, just, like, okay, I'm just going to play the game. If the game's the same, I'm just going to have to, like, you know, bin and grin, or, was it bear and grin? Bin and, was it? Grin and bear. Grin and bear. Grin and bear. Oh, man, dyslexic. Yeah, I'm going to have to grin and bear it for August to February and just hope that maybe there's, like, a new game mode next year that really catches fire. That's pretty much all I'm really banking on at this point.
Yeah, the thing is, like, we saw what happened with patches and how much they affected the game going forward. And, like, so Rex's hands are all over 19, but the gameplay is dramatically different at just one patch. So, like, the game is probably an alpha right now. I'm guessing it's going into beta here soonish, probably for, like, EA Play here in a month. Then after that, maybe, I don't know if they're going to do a beta this year or not. They weren't able to do one last year because of the engine switch. But, like, the game can dramatically change between even now and launch. So, while his fingers are all over it, they're not necessarily leaving fingerprints that'll last for a long time. They're going to be swept off by the new guy. So, it'll be interesting to see where 19 goes. I would imagine the gameplay stays similar as the new guy gets incorporated into the franchise. But do you think Longshot's back then? Is this, like, guaranteeing, since the Longshot guy is back, do you think Longshot is back for next year, Sav?
Oh yeah, I think 100%. I'm almost positive that it'll be back. Because
yeah, okay.
FIFA, their career mode is like there was like a part 2. So I'm assuming if we don't get a part 2, then Longshot was the most pointless. I mean, it's pointless to me no matter what. I guess so. I mean, there has to be like a small percentage of people who were like, wow, this was a really fun game mode, but. For me, at least, if they put it in or not, I'm still not going to play it. But yeah, but I do believe that it will be put into the game. I'd honestly be surprised if it wasn't.
Yeah, Tex, what do you think?
Longshot is going to be back because it took them 5 years to get to this point. They're not going to just throw it in the trash. Like my guess is Longshot 2 is probably already done. And they probably just cut half of it out and going to add in next year's Madden because it seems kind of the best use of their time. But...
Yeah, well, here's the thing. We know EA buys up a lot of game studios and throws them in the trash a year later. They've ruined a lot of great game studios throughout here. But no, I see what you're saying. Like, if this guy got promoted, there's no way his baby's going away, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also mentioned earlier talking about, like, the game, he's going to have a chance to kind of make Madden 19 his. And EA plays in, like, a month. There's no way, like, he's going to have, like, he just got the job. I'm pretty confident that he's not going to have, like, immediate impact on what his vision is for at least a couple years.
He said, I mean, it said that Rex had been gone for a while, so he's been in the studio with his hands on the game for probably a couple months already. So I don't know. I see what you're saying though. So yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see when it comes to 19. I mean, the coders are still the same. Clint is still there. But it'll be an interesting time forward. What's up?
Remember this conversation we had last year about, like, how the legacy stuff, like, with they're going to just go to a new engine, and I'm like, a lot of the main issues are still going to be present in the next game because that's how things work, and that's exactly how it works. So, like, we gotta get this guy a chance, obviously, until he goes on Twitter and says something stupid and we call him out for it. But we also have to understand that we're not gonna get, like, if his vision's this, we're not gonna get that because the coding is so miles of just bad coding.
Yeah, let's not judge him for being on Twitter, but because we like when the devs are on Twitter, but we also like when the devs come on the MUTMen podcast. Let's maybe we should add him or something and ask him to come on the podcast and talk about it. Maybe we can do that. Trying to hit him with that social media push.
What's his name?
Let me find his ad. I think it's Michael Young. Let me find it.
No,
maybe not. Maybe it's not. It's God, what? Wait. Yeah, it might be. Yeah, it is Michael Young. At Michael Young CD.
Madden creative director.
Yeah, Madden creative director.
For 2018's Writers Guild Award for Outstanding Achievement in Gaming. It's a worthy award.
Yeah, well. Creative director. There he is. Yeah, maybe we'll get the push. He doesn't have his DMs open. Damn it.
I'm about to sit him that public yelp. Open your DMs.
Yo, hit me in that DM. So, moving on from Rex leaving, unfortunately, I don't know if maybe we can circle back to it if we have any other thoughts, but golden tickets came out this past weekend, and I know each of us had taken quite an economic hit from it, whether in coins or cash. I think we should first start off with the EA scam. So, basically what happened... Tex, do you want to tell the story? I've been talking a little bit.
The EA scam with the golden tickets, the one that you exposed?
Yeah.
On Twitter? Or the... Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, okay, I got you. So, for those that don't know, for those that have been on vacation and have not been listening to anything, the only news you get is from our podcast, EA put out golden tickets. And for those that know what those are these magical cards that if you pull, you can make any card in the game you want with exceptions and stuff like that. So, we got those this Saturday. And... I pull packs, Sam pull packs, Gutfoxx pull pack, a lot of us pull packs. And it seemed like they weren't popping out as frequently, but on Twitter, a different story. And then, so EA tweeted out, around like 1:15 my time, so it's like 3:15 Eastern, that there were 2 more golden tickets available on Xbox. And then Gutfoxx tweets them like 5 minutes later. And like the last one was pulled on Reddit, it posted on Reddit like 10 minutes ago. And here's a picture. So it seemed like EA tweeted out that there were golden tickets still in packs, even though that there weren't.
Yeah, it's crazy. And me being a pack fiend, I was like, well, maybe EA's right, and this image evidence is wrong. And I was like, should I keep pulling? And I'm like, no, don't be an idiot. So it's weird that like maybe they put out the wrong image. Maybe the ones on Xbox were gone and the PS4 ones were still left available, but they had 20 minutes before that said all the PS4 ones are gone. And the whole golden ticket thing came off really strange to me. Like, for a long time, we saw 1 and 2 get pulled on Xbox One, like, right away, or not right away, within, like, a half hour, and then number 1 on PS4. And then there was, like, no updates, nobody tweeting about it, nothing, until, like, a few hours later when, like, oh, yeah, I guess, like, 8 of them are gone. But it was so weird. Like, I was pulling on stream, like, are they out of packs? Or, like, because how weird is it to see, like, on social media, 2 of them, the number 1 and number 2, get put out there and everybody's retweeting and stuff and seeing it, and then nothing for like 3 or 4 hours. And I'm like, okay, if they're still in packs, if they're not like on a time basis, like I figured they might be like time based, like every couple hours we'll put a new golden ticket in pack. And I was like, okay, well then I just screwed. I just wasted all this cash chasing golden tickets because we're not seeing any new ones getting pulled. And then all of a sudden, like I don't know 6 hours after they go live, they say there's 4 left on Xbox or something like that. I don't know the exact numbers, but it was like, okay, so they're still in packs. Thanks for the update, EA. It just seems so weird that they wouldn't tell us, okay, now number 3 is gone, now number 4 is gone. Like they should tell us. And next year, if they do this again, I know it's a headache and whatnot for them, but they should tell us when each one gets out of packs. That way we know they're still coming out. That way it's not like radio silence. Like, is everybody dead at EA? Like, has the zombie apocalypse started in Florida down there? Like, anything could have been happening, and we didn't have any updates, even though we're spending all of our coins in cash. So, Sav, what do you think of the EA scam of them telling us they're still in packs when in fact they were gone?
Not surprised, but. I mean, I don't know. I spent a lot of freaking coins, man, and I actually know. I know before like before we started recording, I know you were kind of like briefly talking about the agenda and stuff, and then now I remember actually seeing you. I think you tweeted at Kralo too, like, why can't you update us consistently or something? You said something along those lines and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was really mad about that too because I remember the first golden ticket that got pulled was by this dude tweeted at me. He tweeted a bunch of people, and I retweeted it, and I was like, okay, so there's 1 and there's 2, and I was like, oh, so cool, they're still in packs. And if you remember in 17, I think they were in packs for 15 minutes or something. They flew out packs.
They were gone. Yo,
and I was heated.
Half an hour.
Oh yeah, I was so heated because I wasn't home. And I was like, oh my God, they were only in packs for 15. I was like, that's so stupid. So then this year, I kind of feel like with all of the backlash from last year with how quick they came out of packs, maybe they slowed it down. But I really would have liked, okay, Golden Ticket 1 on PS4 has been pulled. Golden Ticket 6 has been pulled on Xbox One. There's 4, that would have been good. But yeah, like for them to potentially like with the Reddit posts, like you knowing, okay, all 10 has been pulled, but then EA not knowing, oh, there's 2 left. Yeah, man, like that's kind of, you gotta either get somebody that knows how to pay attention to numbers from 1 through 10, or somebody gotta lose their job or something, man, because that's kind of fishy. Like that is a little sneaky, dude.
Yeah, maybe it was somebody who got into like an accident as a youth, and they thought they still had 10 fingers, but in fact they had blown 2 off, and only and so they like a couple left. I think, I don't know. That doesn't add up at all, but it doesn't matter. Hey, so do you think EA did this maliciously, like, or do you think it was just incompetence?
Incompetence. That's a really
see. I can't say incompetence because they only update people on Twitter. This has to be maliciously. Because if you played it,
wow. I would say maybe a mixture though.
Yo, think about this, because like there were still banners up in the game when their gold tickets were out of packs. So people were still pulling packs, not knowing they were out of packs.
This is true.
So like they do this on purpose. Madden Mobile Slay, who we gotta get on the podcast sometime, he wants to get on here in the future. He said that if EA were to update us as frequently as we would want them to, put a freaking big old number thing in the game that says 1 out of 10's been pulled, 2 out of, update on the scroll at the bottom so everybody can actually F and see what's, because the scroll just says Madden 18 right now. That's all it says. Nothing else there. How can it say 3 out of 4 were pulled? Game, because they're doing it on purpose. And the reason why is because it says the difference between making like $300,000 and like $1 million. And so if they just have a little bit of like, maybe they're still in packs, people may spend more money. So they have to be doing this on purpose because they have all the resources at their fingertips to put all this shit in the game. Let us know that what's going on.
Do you think that sounds like effort? Do you think the team's just gotten lazy?
Gotten lazy?
Dude,
bro, have you seen team training?
They've been lazy since the Super Bowl.
Bro, team training has been the same since launch. They haven't do nothing to update that. There's no team. There's no upgrade. There's no double twos. Like, like you can get +2s. What if you max out? Like this, they have not done a lot to keep maintain with what this game does. So they've been lazy. They have been really lazy.
I think that more than anything kind of sums up MUT 18 in my opinion. A lot of the issues we go back to, like Jake's on the podcast saying they're doing less content so they can be more careful about it, they have less errors and stuff. But it does feel like, they still had a lot of errors this year. We've had 2 big incidents where people have made a lot of coins off it with the Moss glitch and then the Team of the Week glitch, or was it the Kelvin glitch? I don't remember.
The Team of the Week glitch, oh my god, I made so many coins off
it. Where it was like 90 overall after.
It was Doyle. Pack. It was Doyle and somebody else. You just kept pulling them, and I was like, I was like, is this really happening, dude? I made so many coins. I wasn't mad.
And then the next week they made those packs limited to 10.
Yeah. Remember they limited them to 10 or whatever, dude. Somebody got fired that day. I promise.
The thing is, like, they make so many errors, they keep firing somebody after each error. There's probably, like, one guy left, and he's, like, been there for, like, a couple weeks, and he doesn't know how to do content anymore because they keep firing these people, right? After so many errors. I'm just joking. So, with that, I think, like I said, it seems like everybody's problem with content this year is just there hasn't been enough of it. Whether you're a solo grinder, you've complained. Whether you're somebody that pulls packs for high overall cards or new promos, there's no movers. There's a lot of things they missed this year. There hasn't been much innovation. It does feel like both the creativity, the juices have gone. Like nobody really cares to make the game better. I don't know if they need fresh blood in there. Some more people hire I don't know, half dozen new people straight out of school, pay them almost nothing. Yeah, pay them almost nothing because that's the EA way is to extract labor for very little or whatever.
I don't even know.
They got sued. They got sued a few years ago for overworking their employees. What was that, Texas?
That's interesting. What, they didn't give them a break or something?
Yeah, so like the wives of EA employees sued EA because their I don't know, husbands or something are working. There's a court case. You can just Google that, and basically they end up winning, and now people have fewer hours at EA. I mean, for as much money they bring in, I've harped on this so often. Just hire more fucking people. It's not like the MUT team is small from what I've heard. Like they're bringing in hundreds of millions of dollars, and it's like literally like 5 dudes. Like it's crazy. Like MMG was on here saying the mobile team is only a couple dudes. Also, now we heard from Craylo after that. There's a couple more. It's a few more than just a couple. But like for as much money as they bring in, it feels like they just want to keep expenses low so their CEO can fly around in private jets and get the newest Lamborghini. It's just, I don't know. It's frustrating playing the game for the game of football we love, and either they're lazy or they don't have enough people, and it's not changing. It's the same thing from year to year, and not as many programs this year. All right, Tex.
But I was gonna say, like, this is how I know that, like, I don't think like fresh blood's gonna help, because the thing about it is all they gotta do is just steal. There's a lot of YouTubers that have great ideas how they can improve certain things that they don't touch on. When we had Jake on talking about how come this ain't this, he was like, oh, that's a missed opportunity. It shouldn't be, though, because people are screaming this at the top of their lungs that this should be in the game or this shouldn't be in the game, and you just ignore it. Like, I just think they need more people at their office who just is more like a Stugatz in the sense where they'll just steal somebody else's idea and take credit for it. At this point, I'll take that, because like it's annoying that we haven't gotten a lot of stuff that we should have gotten. Like team training again. Like, why is that just been untouched? Why? Like, come on. That's
So
like you could do tier 12 and give us a +1 speed boost if you decided to do that. Like, yo, it's so simple, but they don't do that.
It's so weird. Like what we saw with Jake. So Jake did salary cap, basically the last big game mode outside of squads and long shot or whatever. But salary cap. So he put that into the game, got promoted, and all of a sudden nothing else is hitting the game. It's kind of weird. Like, that was like a mid-year improvement. We talked about this last week. They talked about more continuous development, more mid-year patches to bring in a lot new like game modes and content stuff. I think. What's up?
Oh, dude, I was actually gonna say this too. That's a good. Last year before 18 was even out, they said that they would do themed weekend leagues. Dude, we didn't get one.
Yeah. Well, didn't Jake respond to that, Texas?
Yeah, Jake said the technology is not available right now. Because in MLB The Show, they can actually, whenever like there's an event going on, they can create your lineup and put all like this card is eligible for the event. Madden doesn't have access to kind of make a lineup for you for that event specifically.
No, you could have literally just been like, you can't use a team over like an 85 overall, and you just had to plug in your team.
Oh, they could have did stuff like that, but they want the technology to be able to build your team for you, so you're not doing it yourself.
I'll do it myself and make the game fun.
I mean,
it's really weird because MLB The Show, their stuff doesn't even work. Like, it'll give you a team, but it's not even eligible. Like, so like it's weird. It's like they'll mark cards as eligible. I don't think Madden has the technology to mark cards as eligible for the lineup, but like, so they'll throw you get a lineup, and I'm like, I'm still 10 overall over the
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, and the events and stuff. Yup.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's like, it's not that hard if MLB is like, if that's the gold standard, and then they're still fucking up.
And they're a smaller studio, so you should have more resources at your hands to be able to make this happen. So that's the reason why we ain't got that, because it made a lot of sense that they did stuff like that, where you only use certain players from the AFC. Like, you can only use the AFC West players for this theme, for this. I mean, it'll make those players expensive on the auction block, which I'm here for, making players go up in price. It'll be kind of fun for Weekend League, but there's always next year. Sav, there's always next year.
I'm just saying,
if it's not next year,
when Gutfoxx brought that up, it's true though. Like, I was waiting for one of them at least like one time, like just a random weekend league, like with a random, like no 91 zone. That'd be so cool.
I'm waiting for the weekend league next year that's like use toughness and only toughness players, and it's just like,
wow, yeah, that'd be so, like, tell me that won't be so fun.
It would be super dope. It'd be interesting and kind of fun to build teams around, not the same shit every single time. Again, the only thing that'd be kind of funny though is that everybody be going here buying expensive players, which would be good for those that have those players on their roster.
Yeah, exactly. And it's good for the market. Keeps the market constantly moving. Dude, we should start our own company.
Yeah, they'll.
A company of just ideas.
Yup, we're just the ideas.
Yeah, ideas. Those are a dime a dozen. That's the issue. Is execution is the hard part, and more the time consuming part. So, but with that, like with the toughness, like they'll just put out packs, so it's not like gonna increase the price of toughness
You're right.
players.
I forgot that they always do that. I forgot that they toughness packs. Here you go. You're right. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Hey, one thing I saw on Twitter as we're live here on the podcast is that you guys know Pixel Pusher. He also left. He left EA.
Yeah.
Yes, he left EA a while ago too, I guess. So.
Damn.
So we lost Rex and Pixel Pusher. For the people in the audience, has been doing the MUT cards for how many years now for the art?
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, them cards is weak. Just saying.
In 18 or all of them?
Just been like everybody. Oh, he's so great. I mean.
Yeah, dude, they really do guess.
There's better guys on Twitter.
I think my biggest gripe with 18 is that, like, okay, say this is real life and you're opening a pack. Have you ever taken a look at the border on MUT 18 cards? It's absolute trash. There's no way that bullshit is coming from a pack that you're opening. Like, they're not football cards. Make them into football cards. One, it makes it easier my job to make thumbnails because it's easier just to cut outside of them. But
because they're not squares anymore. It's like
it's
a rectangle with like a.
You didn't send me shit.
Yeah. I sent you a card cutout, didn't I?
You didn't. You didn't say you promised to do it, but you never did.
No, I did send. Don't you lie on my name like that.
This knife in my back,
asked me
I think it belongs to you.
You asked me if you could send that to Eric. Remember?
Yeah.
Have you not been using it?
You never said no. You never sent it to me. I asked you because he also asked for it.
I'm about to go through all these DMs and probably find out I'm wrong. That actually didn't send it. I thought I did.
Not a big deal, but regardless, it's a trash border. Go back to the square borders like real football cards have. I don't know. Anyways, the art. I'm not a big art guy. I don't know if that's just not part of my brain. I appreciate it and I like good looking stuff, but I always thought the cards were pretty good, in my opinion. Like I couldn't have done any better, as you guys have seen with my thumbnails. But Texas has no love of them. Sav, what did you think about Pixel Pusher's artwork through the years?
Some of them were cool. I liked what was it? Do you remember when Peyton Manning announced his retirement? We got 3 different Peyton Mannings in what was that, 16 or 15? Dude, those were the sickest cards. There was a Campus Hero one, a Colts tribute, and a Broncos tribute. Those were my favorite card arts ever in Madden. They were really dope.
Yeah,
I liked some of them. So
yeah, there's a few every year that kind of stand out. Like I'm trying to think about like generally like Ultimate Legends have pretty good, especially those Boss Ultimate Legends back in the day had pretty good artwork too.
Oh yeah, remember like the white background? It was like the white and black background. That was super dope. That was 15.
Yeah.
That was really sick.
Like I'm looking at these Peyton Mannings and all it is just a stadium in the background, a color overlay, and then the card superimposed on it. Y'all overhyping this man, bro.
Nah, dude, those Peyton Manning cards were cool. Because like I wouldn't know how to do that, so I just thought they were
coolest.
Super, I
the
thought
coolest
those were the
Peyton
coolest
Manning
ones.
one. You know what? The coolest thing he did was with the flashbacks, and he changed the color of the flashbacks to the team logo. That was the coolest thing he did.
Oh, like the team colors, like when like a Steelers one was white and yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember that. That
was the coolest thing he did.
Whatever your thoughts of it, it's just more people leaving EA, so it's interesting that he's moved on. But maybe it's just a coincidence him and Rex leave near each other.
I did say he's the most hardest working man at EA though, because he had to do all this shit from like scratch. So he probably got tired of being overworked and not paid as much.
Yeah, maybe he's working with Twitch Prime now, so they poached him. Maybe it was from the whole working with Twitch and EA in the Prime, and they like, hey, he does pretty good work.
Yeah,
Let's
Twitch
poach
is going to keep growing because Amazon and shit. So that's good for him.
Yeah, very good. So onwards and upwards. Good. Everybody's career moving on, hopefully. All right, so Sav, we had you on the podcast a couple weeks before the incident. We'll call it. Much like Lost, it was kind of a big deal. It kind of shut down the island for a little bit. It caused a little bit of hubbub on Twitter. You made some YouTube videos. Do you want to give us a brief rundown of the incident?
I mean, pretty much by now. I was literally like when the woman, because I went into the hotel lobby because we had to get on the bus to like go to EA.
But back up a little bit and tell us everything.
Oh, so pretty much for those that don't know, so like I qualified for the club series, which is like the competitive Madden event, and like you can't break terms of service if you are a participant in these events. And I mean, I knowingly, like the entire time, I knew I was breaking terms of service because I promote coins on my channel. So once it comes to like the date where I actually am getting flown out, where like EA, like they flew out all the competitors and stuff to go down there, I'm thinking, damn, I'm really about to like get like the golden boy treatment. Like they're about to treat me like I'm on a pedestal, and I might be able to really do something in this competitive Madden field, because I wanted nothing more than for a competitive Madden to thrive, because I enjoy it more than most, I guess you could say. So I get to the hotel and stuff, and then they like give us our rooms, and then the next day I had my game, and it was scheduled for 7:00. I was scheduled to leave the hotel at 7 in the morning to play my game at 10 a.m. And when I woke up, I got told that my game got moved to 4 p.m. And I was like, oh, that sucks. I just woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and now I got to play at 4 p.m. So I was getting ready to so I just ate breakfast, go back to my hotel room. 4 p.m. rolls around, go into the lobby to once again get on the bus to go to EA, where this woman tells me that the commissioner of like the Madden esports, Matt Marcoux, wants to talk to me on the phone. And at that point in time, I just put a smile on my face because I knew exactly what was going to happen. And I was like, wow, man, like, why couldn't they just tell me this like a couple months ago? And once like pretty much on the phone call, like, he just like asked me if I knew why he was calling. And I was like, dude, you don't have to like treat me like I'm 7 years old. Just tell me I'm disqualified, please. And he so yeah, I got disqualified, and I flew back home. And
Sav, can I interrupt shortly here? All right. You don't understand. I don't want to get too political here. You're in a new America. Deny it. It works. Just like, no, that's not me. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. That's. I don't know. He looks a lot like me.
Fake news.
He may talk like me. Fake news.
Fake
Do
news.
it. This is post truth. You didn't need to say, yeah, I know why you're banning me. Like, I have no idea. No, that's not me. What are you talking about? Who's that? I don't know who's that. I don't know. Let me play my game. What are you doing, Matt? Why don't you see me face to face and tell me this? You know, just
I know that's what actually that was the only thing that I hated. That he didn't want to talk to me about. That made me mad. I wouldn't mind if I saw him face to face, but did it over a phone. Like, I don't know. I didn't like that.
Yeah, your YouTube channel doesn't have your real name on it, does it? It says YaBoySavage, and then you got your real name at down. I guess you tweeted about it, didn't you?
Well, no, like nobody, like not like my real last name. Like people think my last name is Ravioli.
No, I was talking about like on Twitter, because they could see that you were down there because you had tweeted about. I'm trying to think of how we post truth our way out of the issue.
Easy. You private all your videos. Be like, where's the proof?
Yeah, I just private all the eyes on me.
Yeah, channels exist. What are you talking about?
Yeah. That's you're fake news. Okay, sorry to interrupt. Go back. So they disqualified you. You ended up, you were down there with your father, right?
Yep. Yeah. And
Father Ravioli.
Yeah. and then we just came home, and then I was just like damn, that sucked. You know what's funny? I wasn't even my mom was the most mad about it. She was
really, she was more mad than you were, because your
absolutely.
YouTube videos were pretty crazy.
I mean, to be honest with you, I know it sounds weird, but like I always had that gut feeling in my stomach. Like, I know it sounds crazy, like that something was gonna come up the entire time.
Yeah.
I know that like, you know, it sounds weird, but I kind of just like took it to the chin, and I just moved on, and I mean, I'd rather do what I do than be a professional player in what 90, like, I mean, not 90% of the time, but like, you know, so, like more than I don't know what, I don't know how to speak English, but like a lot of times in this game, like for these pro players, like random stuff happens, like with the truck glitch for 100K, like dude, I would break that TV right on that stage had that happen to me. I don't know how I don't know. I'd much rather be doing what I'm doing than actually consider myself like to be like a pro player full time, if that makes any sense. That's why I guess I just kind of took it a little bit lighter than most people would have.
Well, you know, if you would have broken that TV on the fake stage and gone underage, the crowd would have tackled you, because you know they're all actors, right? So that's like half security.
Dude, I saw two people in Des Bryant's jerseys. I started dying because they were clapping when it was halftime. I was like, what the hell are you on? Like, what is this? It was funny.
So yeah, and with that, so what the hell was my next question going to be? I don't remember. So anyways, you got disqualified. You went back home. You made the video. So what I was most disappointed with, and I tweeted at the time, was that the competitive players, and this is kind of bringing up old news, that they kind of took EA's side on it and said you shouldn't have break terms of service, and really this isn't really a conversation worth having again, but it was funny because they justified their coin buying by saying that's different terms of service breaking than your terms of service, and I was like, it's both terms of service breaking, and it was really disappointing for the players to also kind of I don't know, try and take you down a peg too. That was what I was most disappointed with, this whole situation with the community in that point.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, dude, if they want to put themselves on a higher pedestal than I am because they might run bunch a little bit better than me, that's cool. Like, they're doing them, I'm doing me over here. I'm not making my money off of a dice roll. I'm making my money off of videos. my money's guaranteed. They have to fight for their money. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I look at it.
So, Sav and Texas. Before we move on to the next thing, do you have any comments on that whole situation with Sav getting banned before we move on?
No, I was in Orlando when that happened, so I was trying to link up with him, but when he went back home so fast, I was like, bro, you got back on that flight and left. You didn't even go out and like do anything downtown. But no, I was just annoyed because like the fact that these dudes are being hypocrites. Like you got competitive players out here, admittedly, like there's a thread on Twitter of competitive players looking to buy coins, but none of the motherfuckers got banned. Like y'all can't either be consistent or don't. Like just let them play. Or ban everybody, but they weren't trying to do that because they were just trying to make an example out of us. So that's why I didn't like. They knew he promoted coins, and they wanted to get him out there to kind of use him as like this is what's gonna happen if you do this. We'll buy you a flight, we'll pay for your hotel, but you won't get none. Like that's stupid. Just don't fly me out here or ban everybody if you're gonna be doing that.
That's such a weird thing. We'll fly out. That's like I'll give you a back rub, but I won't make it very good. That's such a weird thing. I'll take your mother out to eat, but then never call her again. It's
like, who are you hurting here?
What an example! What an example you made of me. But yeah, that sucks. That is kind of a shitty situation that they either found. Again, do you think it's malicious or incompetence? Sav, I'll go to you first.
Oh yeah, definitely, 100% was used as an example. They wanted my cloud, dude. 100%, 100.
You think so? So you think it's malicious?
Oh, absolutely. They were waiting, and they did it good. Cause why else would my match be scheduled at 7 and then all of a sudden switch to 4? Like that, I was more pissed that I had to wake up that early and not play.
Yeah. Texas, what about you? And then I'll get my thoughts on it.
Oh, it's definitely malicious. Like there's no reason for them to do that, especially and then the lie they gave. Well, we didn't know it was you. What? Huh?
Yeah,
yeah,
100%. They literally congratulated me on the night and said, "We'll see you in Orlando."
Like they can't be that dumb. And I want to know because I feel like maybe they were that dumb, and then somebody snitched and they thought this whole plan. To be
it's either that or like it really was like premeditated. Like that sounds so weird, dude. They premeditatedly disqualified me. Damn, they're really losing sleep.
This is why I like the podcast. We disagree on this. You guys think it's malicious, and I'm going to go with that second opinion. I think it's complete incompetence once again by the EA folks. Like I think exactly what you guys said. Nobody cared that much. Like the people that you interact with on Twitter, they don't care. But when somebody, maybe your opponent, when somebody ratted you out and they said, "Hey, this guy promotes coins," then they had to look into it. If they ratted out to like a high enough on the chain, and then like, well, shoot, and then they found out about that morning, so they had to push your game back to decide what to do, and they're like, well, we don't want to set a precedent of allowing coin sellers to compete in our tournaments, and then they're like, well, then we have to ban them. So I honestly think it was a rat. It was somebody that had to play you potentially and wanted you out for that reason. And EA, the employees themselves, don't really care. The ones that at least you had dealt with.
Who's the guy you were supposed to play?
I think it was SDW.
SDW's a snitch. All right, so glad we got that out of the way.
Oh my god.
Yo, next year you should qualify again next year, but then private all your videos and see what.
Dude, I actually am gonna try to qualify again next year to see if they actually send me the email for like my flyout information.
Yo, do it.
Oh, I'm doing it again.
100, and then when you get down there, I'm telling you, private everything. Delete the tweets where it says upload a video. Just like, yo, I don't upload anymore. I quit YouTube. Here I am, baby. And
no, but I want to actually see if they're that stupid. Well, like honestly, we're gonna try to qualify through if you can qualify through weekend league, because if it's not through weekend league, then I'm not gonna do it. But if I can qualify through weekend league again, I will qualify through weekend league, try to make it to the finals again, and see if they actually somehow, someway are that stupid and let me go again. I'm gonna try it.
Or even better, wear mustache.
Oh my god, with and like goofy
say you
glasses.
Got a twin brother. This is my twin. You should take a picture. My twin brother can play Madden next year. Just like have two people in the images. One with the thicker beard and one with the hair. Bro, we didn't make this happen.
Oh man, dude, I'm telling you, it would be kind of funny though if I did qualify again and they somehow, some way were like, oh okay, yeah, come on down. I'd laugh.
So Sav, do you see a bright future for competitive Madden?
I mean, if I had to give my like honest to God like take on what competitive Madden is, I mean,
Well, I hope it's all been honest to God opinions.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like when it comes down to like competitive Madden, I just it's not really, it's just more or less like strategy. It's not really, I mean, I know like football is a strategic game, but I mean, in my opinion, I'm saying this so serious. If you aren't good at Madden, you are lazy. And the reason I say that is because you can legitimately look at any player, whether it's YouTube or Twitch, mimic exactly what they do and just do it over and over and over and over. Do you want to know why? Because once you practice, you make perfect, and that is all Madden is. Knowing the 7 plays that are good every year. There was like one defense called in the entire Final Four of the Madden Challenge. It was like that LB, like cover 3 with like the looping linebacker that comes in and through the gap. And
Steph, aren't you gonna tell me how about how the adjustments behind the play makes the play completely different, and that it's so skilled because they can convert it to a cover 2?
I mean, dude, it's just
they know. Hey, Sav, they know how to man people up, so it's like really super strategic.
It's just the same thing, dude. It's the same. You can be 8 years old with if you be 8 years old, I could tell an 8-year-old what buttons to click. It's all Madden is timing, buttons before the snap, and just general not like, because like think about it like this, the plays are so limited and they're the same thing every like bunch like we already said, 3 years. I've been running bunch for 3 years, dominating almost everybody I play out of the same formation for the past 3 years. They don't see that as an issue. That's not competitive. That's repetitive. It's so bad. That is so bad. It's such a bad look for them. Oh, here they are. Oh, he's coming out. Oh, yep, playmaker up the field. Oh, okay. Oh, there. Yep, he's fading him. The reason he's gonna fade him is because for some weird reason, if you don't like deep have the corner on the right side on the farthest hash, then for whatever reason he's gonna beat the cover 3. Like what, dude? Make it football. That's all. And I already know I said it's really hard to make it football. But dude, competitive Madden is not competitive. The game it's not a football game. It's a strategy game. It's if you know the right plays, you know the buttons to click, you know the timing on the reads, you know who to throw it to. If the only skill, and I'm gonna make so many people mad. The only skill Madden is really, for me this year at least, was usering every year, your reads. I guess if you really, I mean, yeah. That's pretty important. Your reads, usering, and your stick skill. Everything else is clicking a button. When you click a button, you either click possession catch, rat catch, or aggressive catch. It comes down to an animation. You have no control over that animation. All you did is simply click a button. That doesn't make you That's not competitive. That is you called a play. You made pre-play adjustments. Now you just gotta hope your AI does what you do when you go about that play. That's just my opinion on it.
I see what you're saying now. As much as I was tongue in cheek earlier on the adjustments and stuff, I always have this battle. Like people like there's no skill gap in men. I'm like, well, okay, they're winning games and they're continually winning games. Problem wins like 99% of his games on ladder versus what they call bums and obviously competitive guys that he doesn't win as much, but he still wins quite a bit. Same with Skimbo. But here's the thing, like. What you described is like it feels like it is a simplification of the game of Madden, but like really anything you could do, you could say it's just pressing a button. Like Fortnite is just literally clicking on guys. Like all you do is, or if you're on the PC, you put your mouse over a guy and you click on him, and that's what Fortnite is. And then he dies and you win. So it's easy to oversimplify things and say it's not like there's no skill gap or whatever. Whether it makes a good competitive game, that's different. Like clicking on guys for competitive game, like CS:GO, it's apparently like the hardest thing. Or the most, reactionary thing to do, and I agree. It's a good competitive game. People like watching it. Like competitive games to me are stuff people like watching and watching the best do. So like there's a lot of issues with Madden and the viewability of gun bunch versus gun bunch versus the linebacker, the looping blitz. I can't remember the name. Anyways, yeah. So I do think there's a skill gap because knowledge is a skill gap. Like there was somebody, I think I talked about this last week. Somebody said. I don't feel like I should have to go on YouTube to find out the best plays. I'm like, okay, well,
that was like what I was saying though. Like knowledge, that's why I said if you aren't good at Madden, you're literally lazy. In my opinion, if you just put like just 30 minutes aside, watch a really good player play, mimic what they do over and over again, you will eventually get to the point where it's like knowing in the back of your hand, and you will eventually be able to beat more opponents than like the simple-minded ones. It's just Madden is too easy to learn. I guess it's like, I don't know, that's just what I feel like. It's not competitive. It just doesn't feel competitive that you can just do the same thing over and over again. Like, I know what you're saying with like Fortnite, how it's like you just click on somebody, but like in Fortnite, if I could be getting shot from the behind, then I gotta turn around, I gotta build in front of me because there's a dude in front of me, then I gotta shoot that guy, and it's different every time. In Madden, it's literally the same thing every time. That dude, he's in that loop and blitz because that's all it was. It was just back and forth. They were sending literally the same blitz that entire game out of cover 3, and you know who he's manning up when you come out in this formation. You know how many he's sending. You know that if it's going to be clouds, like cloud flats, you know how much time you're going to have in the pocket because, like, depending on, like, how you ID them, like, slide protect and stuff. And that is, you just know it because it's just so it's the same thing. Fortnite, yeah, it's the same thing when it comes to shooting, but you never know where you're going to be shooting from. You're never going to know where you're being shot from. You're never going to know when, there's just so much more, I feel like, that Madden could be doing that they're just not doing. Like, they really gotta they just gotta fix it. Like, I don't really know how to say, like, they gotta fix it, but it just shouldn't be as easy. Like, okay, this is really hard to say, but like, somebody who sucks at Madden shouldn't be able to watch me play Madden, copy me, and be as good as me.
Well, they aren't, though. Like, so it's going to take a while to perfect that skill. Somebody who watches you cannot replicate and do what you do.
Yeah, not right away, but over
it's gonna
time.
Take, like, I always say every year, like, it's about 100 games before you can become, like, super, like, to the top tier. Not top tier, but I'd say to, like, the all-men first skill level. If you get a good scheme and you play about 100 games, you'll be very competitive at all-men first.
Yeah.
So it does take a time. Like everything, it takes time. Maybe not as much time as, like, say, other esports, and that's what people talk about with a skill gap. Whereas, like, to become the best chess grandmaster, you're going to have to study from age 4 till, 16 or whatever, 18 until you get that grandmaster. So it's a different type of, you're right. They're lazy if you're not good at Madden, you're lazy.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's just something, I've always said that, man, and it just blows me away when some people are like how do you get good at the game? I'm like, dude, you just got to call these plays. Well, how is that fun? It's not, but it's what you have to do to win, and it's unfortunate, and I just want them to change it. That's all. I mean, I know I snapped a little bit right there, but I mean, it's just because I love Madden, and it sucks that it dies every year because people, they don't want to watch. In my opinion, nobody wants to watch you run bunch that many times. Like, that's not fun. That is not fun to watch. It's not fun to do. I guarantee you they're not. I mean, they're having fun making money, but I don't think most of them players are having that much fun calling freaking bunch. I mean, if they weren't getting paid that much money, do you really think that they would even be playing this game? Like, that's kind of what I look at it too.
Yeah, I can't tell each individual player's motivation behind them playing the game, but I will say I agree. That's what I said earlier. What makes a competitive esport is what people want to watch. There's literally nothing.
It's just such a good statement. Such a good statement.
Yeah. Texas, any thoughts on the future, if it's bright for competitive men?
Sheesh. Savage pretty much touched on all the things that I've been saying about competitive for a while. Like, the best competitive games to me are the ones that require twitch, fast muscle movement in your fingertips. Like Call of Duty, CSGO. Fortnite, you got these fighting games that require, like, you to be perfect at that, whereas Madden, you can be 90 years old, but as long as you know how to run full plays, you're good to go. And so I don't think that's kind of fun to watch. Madden competitive only succeed if they will do better numbers if they go squads and squads only. That's that's been something I've been saying for a minute, but
Texas, can you explain that, because squads do such terrible numbers on YouTube?
Okay, so on YouTube they do terrible numbers, but in a competitive environment, like, you look at 2K tournaments, look at Call of Duty, everybody's playing with people, and the people element adds to that. So when you have people on stage and they're trying to strategize in gameplay and something goes wrong and there's more people there to kind of, start bickering, start arguing, start causing some tensions in the group, it actually is a little bit more fun, I personally think, to watch in a group setting, a group performance, as opposed to watching individuals. And with squads, and a lot of stuff that we talked about, the one-play stuff's not going to work in squads all the damn time. So if you add the element of 3 users, you can't run the same shit. You got to get creative, which is going to allow more people going into their playbook running different things. Or at least that's what I hope it does. It probably ended up people still running bunch and not actually. Because Hot Shugs, the way he runs, plays MUT squads, if you're on offense, you don't get to run your route. You just CPU does it for you.
Yeah, because it runs a more precise route and it's easier to pass that way. Yeah.
Yeah. So but I think that will be something that would be more entertaining to watch. And from an entertainment perspective, watching people play 1-on-1 and run the same shit is not something that I find interesting. And so that's why, personally, I think people like to see that more. But then again, I could be wrong because people like what they like.
Yeah. Sav, do you see squads as the future for competitive men?
I think. Did you say that before the the 2K E-League thing happened, or were you kind of like?
Well, I've been saying squads competitive would be fun. I just want to imagine like 3 people that are really good friends, and one of them just yelling, "You fucking!" and just yelling at the other person because he decided to mess with the user. That would be. I would like to see. I think that's entertaining when you got somebody to blame when somebody messes up, and everybody's just mad at that one guy, and then they can rally, and then they become like a fan favorite. I just think that the storylines they could tell be much better. Like, yo, this guy in the last game almost cost him the game by shanking a field goal, but in this game he comes through big. I think that'll just be better than just one guy that I don't really care about. That's some faceless name guy.
I mean, in the end, all this comes down to numbers. Does the NBA league get good numbers in viewership?
I don't know. Was it on Twitch?
I don't know.
I've seen more stuff on Twitter than I have on Twitch.
I think the E-League, I think that's on Twitch. I have no clue what the numbers do. I know Scott Cole announces it, though.
Yeah, I saw that. So I don't know. Because talking about the numbers, with the Madden Bowl, so the club championship had 265,000 views on ESPN2. The Madden Bowl, the recent one that paid out $100,000 to its winner, I think 70,000. Let me look at these numbers. All right, so $100,000 went to first place, $70,000 to second, $40,000 to third and fourth, $20,000 to fifth through eighth, $12,000 to ninth through 12th, 13th through 16th. They got $10K. So with that amount of cash, they got 128,000 views on ESPN2 for the Madden Bowl. Now there was another 5,000 you can count from Twitch, and I think another 30-some thousand from YouTube. At least when I looked at it the other day, how many views they got. So that's about 165,000 views. Basically, I then looked at what the first YouTuber that came to mind that was kind of big was K, and K on that same day had more views than Madden Bowl had on ESPN2. So one YouTuber, and K's not the biggest Madden YouTuber, but he's pretty up there, got more views than the entire Madden Bowl, and they paid out $200-some thousand for 128,000 views on ESPN2. Do you think, and plus the staff time, the rental for the facility, and do you think, or the hotels and all that stuff, do you think EA is pleased spending $2 per view for their Madden Bowl just on prizes? Texas?
I don't think so because, they say it's an investment because I guess they're trying to get other people to put money into it, so you got to kind of put the money up front for now. So eventually hope to get to where it's better. But I think that this is costing them a lot more money than it's worth because they got to they got to fly all these dudes out there. They got to get all the freaking, the electricity bill. They got to rent the venue. It's probably
they got to disqualify them. Yeah, no.
So I don't think that this is what the direction that they're looking for is to have to spend this much just for them to get 120,000 viewers. That's not something. That's a lot of money, bro. It has to be
I mean, that pays for 2 programmers for a year to work in this game. Was that Tex?
I'm just baffled at the numbers. Cause I'm looking at what it might cost them. Let's just say it cost them $300,000 conservatively to put one of these events on, and they're really making they're not making any money off this.
And the numbers are going down. That's if they were going up, that'd be one thing. But the club championship getting 265,000 views on ESPN2, where the Madden Bowl got almost just half that. And then I remember Madden 16, that championship was stiff when he won it off Golden Ticket Gronk. It was had 19,000 viewers just on Twitch, and now it's down to it seems like every year it goes down. Are people getting more and more disinterested in it because it does seem like the view numbers are cratering? Sav.
So the one with stiff, the one in six. Oh what?
One sec before you go.
Yeah,
I pulled up the Twitch 2K numbers. Looks like. I don't know how to read this stuff, but it looks like there's 237,000 people watching.
Was that total views?
It says Twitch channel views.
Are you on the
I'm on
Social Blade?
Social Blade, yeah. It says 237,000 views, 220, 258, 330, 252.
Let me.
So I think that's
yeah.
What's
What's the name of the channel?
2K NBA 2K League. NBA 2K League. And so if this is 2K's first tournament, so think about that. It's 2K's first tournament, and they already doubled up what Madden was doing.
Yeah.
And then I think the championship or a good game might have been on the second, because that one got like the most views there.
Yeah, I'll have to look up Madden's Twitch channel. I think it's like EA. You got to get the exact spelling of it. But
It's
so,
Madden NFL.
do you know what the EA's? It's like
Isn't
EA
it just
Sports.
EA Madden NFL?
Oh, it could be. Yeah, I think that might be right.
What I gotta go back to the date. What day was the tournament on? You already knows.
Like April 25th.
So April 20. Well, I think April 28th. That 20,000 viewers for channel views.
So here, let me see full monthly statistics.
Yeah.
So yeah, they had. Wait, no. April 28th had 20,000 views.
Yeah, 20,000 views.
So NBA 2K League had 10 times that amount.
Yeah, I thought. Okay, so total views. Yo, dog. Yo, okay. So people are more interested in watching basketball than they are watching football. Told you, Fox.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of things that go into that. We won't get into the football versus basketball thing here. But
Not again.
So Sav, I asked you the question. Do you think, like, is this concerning for the future of competitive Madden, the fact that their numbers are on the decline?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you obviously want to be going up. You're not going anywhere unless you're moving forward, and they're moving. It's because when did Stiff win? 16.
Yeah.
So yeah, bunch 1, bunch 2, bunch 3. So that's why.
Was Stiff in bunch? Because I know he ran a lot with Golden Ticket Gronk, and then threw the ball up to Golden Ticket Gronk too. Oh no, he threw the ball.
Yeah, it was fullback dive. So still, that was
Problem ran fullback dive the whole
dive.
game, and Stiff had a defense for it.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Stiff was like the only one in the tournament that had a defense for fullback dive.
Oh my God. Yeah, they're going down memory lane right there with that. I remember.
And then Stiff. I remember Stiff hit problem with the A gap right near the end. I'm like, how does like I knew that was kind of a fresh nano at the time. The A gap from the DT from the big dime. I was like, that was like I only ran that sparingly myself because I was like, I didn't want it to spread too badly because that was like my ace in the hole to win games. At the end, just throw the A gap, and Stiff did the same thing. I was like, God damn, look at that. Yeah, he confused problem with it.
That's true. But yeah, I mean, for the whole entire year, competitive Madden, it's just boring. It's boring. I don't care what anybody says. That is not competitive Madden. Isn't fun to watch. It just comes down to what people want to watch. I would rather watch, I'd rather watch Fortnite. I'd rather watch Just Dance 2. I don't want to watch Madden. Madden's not fun to watch. It's barely even fun to play. Look how many people don't play the game anymore. Like, people are quitting. My friends who are diehard Mutt fans who spend money on this game like me religiously, they quit the game in December. They quit it before the Super Bowl. They don't like it because it's just boring. It's just boring. It's boring.
Yeah, we've hit that. So it'll be interesting to see competitive Madden going forward, especially with the new direction for the franchise, and if they think the money that they're going into is kind of going into a sink, and if that's worth it going forward for the franchise or not. But it'll be interesting. It's kind of a year of transition for EA. I'm guessing they're going to keep going with it going forward because they have that entire division dedicated to competitive gaming. But we'll see. Maybe it rebounds. Anyways, I guess we kind of talked about why Sav hates Madden 18 and a little bit of Fortnite and stuff, so we'll skip that topic. On to the Game Changer program. Now, Texas, you read this a little bit beforehand, and Sav, did you read it, or did we tell you not to spoil it, or do a live reaction?
I just read the benefit part because Tex started dying, so I needed to see it, and I did cheat. I looked at it. I'm sorry.
Okay. Texas, give us your reaction to, because it was kind of a funny reaction before the podcast, reaction to this Game Changer program and how to qualify and the rewards and stuff for being a game changer.
Wait, where did it go? What did I do with this? Hold on. I got it. Frequently asked questions. What it's called facts. All right, so EA put out this weird post about what key benefit to being game changers, and so
they're basically looking for people to become game changers and they're taking applications and stuff.
Yes. Well, it's not really an application. It's more of a soul selling thing. You sign your soul to the devil. in Bedazzled style, and then you get like 7 wishes that aren't wishes you actually want. So.
Oh, it's like a monkey paw. They're like
Basically.
cursed wishes. Yeah.
All right, so they said, what are the benefits of becoming a game changer? And this is what EA had to write. Game changers are invited to participate in exclusive EA events and opportunities. So you're invited. It doesn't say they pay for your way. So keep that in mind. I can be invited to a party. Doesn't mean I can show up and get in for free. That's how that works. You got something you got to get. It's covers and stuff you got to pay. So regardless, I'm going to get back to reading. Feedback from game changers is critical to the success of our games. So we offer opportunities like beta tests, feedback sessions, exclusive pre-release access, live stream events, capture sessions, competitions, and so much more. You'll have access to assets and resources that will help you with generating and engaging content and building your channel. What assets are those? Like deadass. Like what assets are those, Gutfoxx?
They got a lot of junk in the trunk. Are we talking real assets? Yeah. So, like, I guess more seriously, what they actually want to say is the assets they provide are basically early captures. That way you can be the first one up with the clickbait on YouTube, Madden 19 gameplay. And the thing is, by the time those sessions roll around, do you know how often Madden 19 gameplay has been done on YouTube by that point? Like your SEO at that point, a couple years ago, there's 100,000 view videos with that tag. But now because everybody realized you can do that kind of stuff and not actually have real gameplay, or you can do like Madden 19-year-old. No. What is it? What is Berg's famous one? Madden 19-year-old trash talker.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So he graduates a year every year, and it's got like a couple million views on it. But like, so your SEO isn't as good anymore as it used to be. But it used to actually be worth it. Like 100,000 view video for a small channel. That brings a lot of eyeballs to you. Like this year, that person that got that leak from Madden, from EA Play, that was able to put that footage up that everybody ended up copying. They experienced explosive growth, and it curtailed them into being a pretty decent sized YouTube channel. So there's a lot at stake with this early gameplay footage.
Okay, I got you.
And that's why I want you to sneak in a camera to the EA Play and give me some Madden footage, man.
I'm gonna try to get in there. No camera or not. I'm gonna try to get in there this year. But I'm over looking at this. I'm like, this is not really benefits though. Like you have access to assets and resources that will help you. That it doesn't help everybody though. Like MUTMen has access to this shit. And what? Like you know what I'm saying? What?
Yeah.
Like what? It does nothing. If there's nothing like. It just seems like they're trying to sell you on something that doesn't actually help you grow. Country Girl has access to this, and she's on a podcast. And what?
It got a whole lot of community backlash.
And what? Like, it's not really, there's nothing here that's really great. I mean, obviously you get to get feedback if you're interested in that. You get to help make a game that you like playing so much. First of all, what is competition, by the way? What is that?
What is what?
It says competition. It's like, what is that?
Oh, I don't know.
I get to watch competitive players run 4 plays all game. That's
no. You get to be the one that claps. You get the whole time.
This is just there's nothing. There's no benefits here at all, other than I guess capture events. But then you have to. But there's certain forms of game changers. So if you're a content creator, that's good for you. But if you're a Twitter guy, that doesn't really help you with anything. It just seems like this is just a bunch of nothing. Just trying to entice me.
You get the reveal
for nothing.
You get the reveal flashbacks on Twitter.
With my picture on it.
Oh man.
I will say it's good experience if you're putting it on a resume, if you're getting into game dev. They will also give you jobs if you're that good. Like say three names here: Swami, Rose Bowl, T-Roll, all got a job with EA just by working with them. So that's how Jake said he got his job. He's now one of the lead people on I don't know about. He's one of the lead people. But basically, he was a game changer. He remember when he came on the podcast. So if you're interested in getting a job with EA, being a game changer, getting down there, having them get to know you is actually quite a big benefit if you're into that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that is one benefit of the Game Changer program if you're looking to become an EA man.
I mean, the only benefit, I guess, is if you're a tier 3. You got to be a tier 3 because that's the best tier you could possibly be. If you're tier 1, like our man Volt, you got to bring a Trap House Hotel to stay in it when you go out to EA Play. If you're tier 3, they bring you in on buses. So aspire to be tier 3.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, and then even people who might not want a job, like, why do you think who your boy Pizza or QJB or Anto, why do you think they work with EA and they've decided not to get coin sellers or coin sponsors, or they don't have one currently, where they could be making what, tens of thousands of dollars a year, maybe potentially not, I wouldn't, maybe 50,000 for the size of some of their channels versus working with EA. What's up?
Hold on, I just read another one from this stupid post. I'm sorry. Do game changers get paid? Game changers are free to monetize their content on whichever platform they operate within, such as YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook.
Like, duh. Like, I hope I'm allowed to monetize my own videos.
Oh my goodness. It says EA pays for ad content where they see the sponsored EA disclosure language. In some cases where game changers travel to game studios and special events, we offer a small expense stipend. But I like do game changers get paid? Yeah, if you have a YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook.
So if you're already getting yourself paid, they'll let you keep getting paid.
That's so stupid. I'm sorry to cut you off, bro. I just got this is who wrote this post? I need a name.
I don't know. I guess maybe you can like find the source and see if an author's name's on it, but or view source. I'm not sure how the internet works. Hey, so with I don't know. So the Game Changer program, it's got its benefits. I mean, you're still obviously, you're working for free, but it's kind of just like a foot in. It's the reason people take unpaid internships, and some people are just interested in that kind of stuff, giving feedback to the game they like, and hopefully they can take a piece of ownership over it. Sav, do you think EA Game Changers in the future for you?
Well, they reached out to me when I first started my YouTube channel.
Oh, that's right. You got an article on EA.
Yeah. They did an article on me, and AJ from EA hit me up, and he wanted me, like, he had there was a Game Changer opportunity. It was like me and a bunch of other people, and essentially what I had to do is I had to make 8 videos for them, and I actually was going to be paid for these videos. I was going to be paid $300 a video, and now at this time that was a lot of money because A, I didn't have a coin sponsor, and B, I had like 6,000 subscribers on YouTube.
$300 a video?
Yeah. I bet this was. I put this on YouTube when they disqualified me because this was dude, I had to send them my social, my first and last name, they knew everything about me. So it's kind of funny. Like that's why when they said that they didn't know that I was coming, like that's why I was like, nah, you guys knew I was coming because like literally you knew exactly who I was. You have every like piece of information about me. But yeah, they were gonna pay me $300 a video, and what it was is I had to just overview the NFC East and the NFC South. The NFC North and the NFC East. All I had to do was just overview 3 players on each of their teams. And at the time I was really excited because I did want to be a game changer just because I figured if I start off on the right foot early, like maybe they will maybe I could potentially grow with, like they could help me grow that much. But dude, when I tell you it took about, because we talked about it in November, dude, in March was the next time I heard about it.
So they didn't have any follow up on the
whole
thing. So you never
from November.
Did you make the video? Did you make the videos?
Yeah. I made all 8. Guess when they said they needed them by? They contacted me on the 8th, November 8th. They said they needed them by the 11th.
Wow.
I sent them to them on the 11th. I didn't hear a thing from them.
Did you get paid?
March. I actually have no idea. I totally forget. I really don't remember. I was so mad because at the time, you gotta understand that I was starting college. I was broke. I just got a car, so I had like no money to my name. And when I saw $300 a video, oh my god, like my heart, like I was so happy because I was working 40 hours a week at a grocery store trying to make this YouTube thing work. So at the time, that looked like the greatest opportunity in the world. But then just for them to just kind of curve me like that after I did everything, sent them on time, and then it took them that, like, dude. That's why when people are like, I see people on Twitter all the time, I want to be a game changer. Like, for what, dude? So you can put it on your Twitter bio? Come on, man. Like, they ain't doing nothing for you. They're not doing anything for you.
There's something about you working at a grocery store that kind of gets me. I don't know. Just having you Hand me a big slice of salami. Just feels so sensual to me.
No. Dude, if you want to know what I did at the grocery store, I was the dude who did the self-checkout. I did the self-checkout area. I told people, like, if they needed help, I'd be like, no, you just got to click that button. Yeah, you got to click pay with card first, then, okay, you got it? All right. Good. Oh, you need extra paper back? All right, I'll bring them over. There you go. That's all I did.
Nah, your true calling was in the meat department, Sav. You missed it. You're up front. I know they wanted your pretty face, your charisma up front, but I'm telling you, you get back to the meat department. I think you could have done some real damage back there. You could have been the greatest butcher of all time. I feel it. I just feel you had it in you. This whole YouTube thing, it's just a distraction from your true calling. Anyways, the way I bet you can just handle meat, just the way that the firm Brunschwager gets off your cutting blade. But anyways, moving back to Madden. So with that, like $300 like they used to actually pay people to do videos back when they supported more YouTubers. Texas, like what program was that? What was that name?
Ronku.
Texas?
Ronku. Yep.
That's why Token Burger streaming on Twitch so much, because they're paying like a repulsive amount. I gotta ask Clicky how much they're paying these guys. Hold on. Go ahead. Continue your conversation. I'm just gonna DM real quick.
Oh, you're gonna DM quick. What? Yeah. So with Ronku, it does feel like they're focused. They stopped paying YouTubers, but they're still working with them. Basically, Kralo came on the podcast and said like a lot of their focus for 18. This was prior to 18. Was going to be more in the creator content world, as we saw them do a lot of like they paid people outside of the Madden community. They brought them out to parties. They put them into. They gave them Super Bowl tickets. They did so much with they made ads and stuff and for their Twitter, their Instagram and stuff. And people would always be like, "What the hell is this about?" Like a lot of Madden content creators were salty about it, or maybe not just content creators, but people were like, "This person doesn't play Madden. Why are you having them out there?" But basically, they said because they wanted to do a lot of. So they're still working with creators to do a lot of their advertising budgets, but they're no longer like paying them for the Ronku. So a lot of creators ended up taking on coin sponsors. It is interesting the way like EA got people hooked on their money, but then they took it away, so they went to the black market to get their money instead. It feels like it's like an interesting economic lesson. You can't cut people off. It's much like what's happening in Libya nowadays. They got their militia groups that they're okay. I won't get into that, but you got to play your militias. That's all I'm saying. So, Texas, did you get a response back yet?
No, I'll keep you updated on it. But I'm looking at these numbers right now. So, what was the total number of viewers for Madden?
For what?
Competitive.
Oh, so they had 20,000 views total on
Twitch. And then TV was what, 140?
TV was 128.
So that's 150 basically.
Yeah.
For the
plus add another $30K for YouTube. So like 180.
So we'll just do 200. Twitch alone for 2K League, 1.3 mil. What?
That's pretty good.
That's like amazing.
Yo, so I think it's the team element, bro. I think it's the team element. Should bring that back up. So
it's also like, is it the first competitive tournament they've done?
Oh, it is. That's not. I think they didn't win last year, didn't they?
They did that. They did they did a pro-am one last year. It wasn't as big as this because there was no like professional organizations involved. But what it was a 50. I think it was for 50 grand, and it was just each dude got 10 grand that was on the team. It was just 5-on-5. It wasn't like you get drafted by like the Knicks or the Sixers or something. It was just like your pro-am team. It was just a little thing.
So yeah, that'll be interesting to see that going forward if that. Keeps up, it keeps growing, keeps going up and up, and whether Madden follows that and can kind of ride its wake to the future. So it is interesting that people would rather see NBA competitive than Madden competitive, and I guess it's the basketball versus NFL debate in the electronic world here too.
Well, Fox, did you see how they did it though for the 2K League? How they actually had like a draft and like like that is really good. I really
I noticed a lot of Madden competitive guys want that for competitive Madden going forward, and it's
draft.
Yeah, and to get paid a lot, to get paid a salary.
Oh.
It feels like they always ask for things from EA, but they're not really providing anything at the moment with views.
I know, and they do, and EA like over the years they have been trying to cater more to the competitive players, and I think that would be something really really cool. Like imagine like getting drafted to like your favorite team, like that'd be super sick. But I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see going forward. It will be. I don't know. Interesting if EA. I mean, I'm sure EA will try and change the strat format. EA's good at copying other companies, so on a lot of the things they've done for
if they do
drafts and
it's 5 people instead of 3, and they can do drafts like this, and we got Problem on one team with Drini, and with we'll just do some. Who else was in the group? We'll do the guy that cries a lot, the one that got in a fight everybody on Twitter that one time.
Let's not get into it.
What's that boy's name?
Are you talking about Joel?
Joel, yeah. Imagine those, there's some other people on the team as well. I think that would be kind of fun just to kind of have people that are used to playing with each other, having come together and win a prize pool of 100K.
Yeah, that would be interesting. All right, so that's it for. Let's take a look at comments from the last episode. Again, if you want your comment looked at next week, we're not going to be able to get to all of them, but put them in the comment section of Texas's video. We'll get to them the next week. All right, so let's go. Jay Laramie says, honestly, I blame the people that play the game more than EA. The gameplay can be fun, but ever since they created Weekend League, everyone is so hell-bent on winning these virtual rewards, they play like complete assholes. Now, Jay Laramie and I see this completely different. So the point of playing a game is to win. And it's EA's fault. Clint even came on the podcast and said it's his fault. It's EA's fault for the glitches, for these exploitable things in game. I completely disagree, Laramie. You can't blame the people, even though they do these jerk things. The scum kicks, the whatnot. You can't blame them. That is completely on EA, in my opinion. Sav?
Oh yeah, that is just a false statement. It's not my fault that I have to run what EA lets me run. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't want to, but like you said, you play the game to win. That's how you got to win. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, it's hard to. Texas, any other thoughts?
Yeah, if something's wrong with the game that people are abusing, it's the company's job to take it out of the game.
Yeah.
What?
That's pretty obvious to me, in my opinion. Yeah, too. I agree. So, talking about Fortnite versus Madden last week, Sage LeBlanc says, I feel... let me see if I can put this in a real sentence. Madden can only be so creative in a football game compared to a battle royale shooter. So he doesn't feel like Madden can match Fortnite's creativity. And I counter by saying, parameters around something allows creativity to absolutely thrive. Like, how do I in school? I'm trying to think of a proper way of giving an example for this, but creativity is making something out of restrictions and basically innovating around it, making it greater. I don't buy at all that Fortnite can be more creative because of a battle royale shooter. I think you have the same opportunities. You have some strengths on one side versus weaknesses on the other, and I don't buy it that the fact that they can be more creative just because they're in this random other genre versus the football. Now, if you say the NFL is restricting them, that's one thing I can buy that. The NFL has restricted them in the past. That is true. Sav, what do you think? Can Madden not be creative because it's a football game?
Wait, so are you pretty much just saying like can Madden be more creative?
Yes.
Can EA make Madden? Yeah. Oh, dude, game modes. That's it. All you need. Give me a street game mode. Give me a 7-on-7 I can run with my friends. Give me a game mode where we each gotta call a random play. 3 plays are on the screen. We gotta call one of the 3 that comes up there. So they're situational so that you're not stuck in pump block. Meanwhile, I'm in the Hail Mary. You know what I mean? Dude. Just silly things like that. Fun. I want to have fun. Fortnite, fun. Madden, same thing.
Right. Yo, imagine a first, it's like every first down marker is 20 yards down the field. So
yeah, something wacky, dude. Just exactly. Arcade mode online. Chuck it up. Chat like Calvin Johnson. 5 people on him, he catching it. The other 5 dudes, they don't know what's going on. If you can if you can make 160 arcade solos, you mean to tell me I can't get an arcade online head-to-head match with somebody? Come on, let me have fun.
I agree, 100%. Texas, any thoughts? Does Madden being a football game limit their ability to be creative?
No, I just think that's something they use. Football is a lot of things you can do to have fun with football. You can do even NCAA mascots versus mascots.
Yeah.
They can do stuff. They can do a lot of different things to make this game fun. Also, update on the Ronku Twitch streamers.
Yeah.
They were paying people $5 per 1,000 minutes watched. So if you have 1,000 people in the stream there for a minute, you make $5.
That's not there. It was capped though.
It was a cap, obviously, but like you still could make it close to $1,000 or $2,000 easily.
Yeah, that's not bad money at all.
Yeah, that's really good money, man.
Yeah. So here's the thing, like, and people think like these sports games have to be something like Rocket League is literally just soccer. It's super creative. Who would have thought, hey, put some cars and then a ball in the middle and play the game like of soccer? Like okay, like that's so creative. Nobody thought of that before Rocket League. Well, I mean, I'm sure some people did, but like it's literally just the game of soccer, but it's cars driving instead of humans. Like there are so many I don't know. I don't want to say infinite, but there's a ton of different creativity you can do with football. All right, NFL Street Mode could be fun. Unique says yes. You can do a Street Mode also. Why not have EA bring back the Fight for the Fumble mini game from Madden 10? Oh, I hated the Fight for the Fumble. What do you guys think about that? Did you guys remember the Fight for the Fumble?
X, or you mash just a button, right? Or you
Yeah, you mashed a button.
Fuck that. I'm not bringing my controller.
Yeah. Sav, do you remember Fight for the Fumble?
Dude, I think I played Madden on the Wii then. I don't even know if we had that, dude. I'm not even kidding. I'm being dead serious. I literally think I might have played. I don't think we had that. Oh, wait, yeah, you did. You had to shake the nunchuck, really. Yeah, dude. Oh, yeah, they made you work for it. Nah, don't bring that back, dude.
Wait,
oh, my God. I'll put my thumb through the circle button on accident or something, man.
How old were you? How old were you when Madden 10 came out?
When
Sav?
Madden 10 came out, I would have been, I think, 10 or 11.
So how good were you at shaking the
Oh,
can't
dude,
do that. No, stop that.
Dude,
You never lost a fumble,
oh
right?
my
You never
God!
lost
If
one.
somebody, come on, give me, dude, I would. Oh my God! And you couldn't even trash talk on the Wii. You couldn't even try, but I would just be screaming, "You suck! It's my ball!" And I used to suck at Madden though, dude. My peak was 15. Madden 10, dude, I was running 2-man under in verticals with the running back running an up and in every play.
It's probably a great scheme for that year. I don't remember Madden 10 that well. I didn't play online in 10. I was more of a franchise guy then. So, all right, next question. What do you guys think about having a creative player in MUT where you use MUT level XP to upgrade him or tier him up to create a power up for you, Gutfoxx? But maybe able to unlock equipment and special chems abilities for your player. But make it where every month you get new stuff, hint like Fortnite, and you can make cool card art for your player, make them top 3, etc. A lot of things to keep going. What do you guys think about a create a player in MUT where you use the XP for your MUT level to power them up or such? Sav, you first.
I don't know. I mean, maybe they cap it like with every MUT level, like you can't get him past like X overall, because I feel like certain people, like, there's going to be some sort of money that you have to spend to level your guy up. There's no way they're going to just be able to let you grind for a free 99. You know what I mean? Unless they, like, I don't know. But what I did like was how you said unlock equipment. I think it'd be cool if you could put equipment on players, like equipment that boosts their attributes or something, so that every player is unique. Like my Michael Irvin could have like 93 speed and +2 run blocking, and your Michael Irvin could have +3 route running and +1 spectacular. You know what I mean? That'd be pretty cool. But I don't know how I feel about having my own player in MUT, because I know MLB does that in Diamond Dynasty. I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't be free, though. I feel like you'd have to spend a lot of money.
Yeah, kind of like LT this year. You had to spend money for that thing. Level up. Texas, what do you think about the creative player in MUT?
Like, I like the idea, but all it's going to do is expose the fact that people only care about a couple things in Madden. So you're going to see cornerbacks at 99 speed, secure tackler, high block, shed, no tackle.
Yes.
That's pretty much all you'll see.
Damn, yo, I didn't even think. Yeah. Like stat specific like that? Yeah, because all you had was 0 tackle, secure tackler. Yeah, you win.
Nobody cares. So like, I like the idea. I just know that it'll just be people cheesing with it the entire time, putting on stuff like running backs with 99 speed playmaker.
Yeah. I mean, in MLB, it depends on how they execute the creative player. There are better ways of doing it, worse ways to play it. Like MLB 17, where the guy could be like a 99 overall. I thought that was trash. Like right for day one, you mean like the best player in the game. They could be in any position. But like 18, it's a little bit more balanced. The only reason I like creative players is that you can create legends that aren't necessarily in the game. Like an 18 I'm role playing a Jimmy Fox, like from the 1920s, one of the best power hitters of all time, and so I'm role playing as him. But like people that just create a player and it's just like a random dude, it's like I don't know if I like those like random non-real players. Although, what do I talk about? I've been a Colt Cruz fanatic for all year, so maybe I'm talking on both sides of them out there. It's whatever. I'm not too. I think there's other things they need to do more than create a player, in my opinion. But I think we can move on. So, this was based off last week's argument where I said Lamar Jackson for the Ravens. I said he should have ran a 40 so we could tell what time is, so we could tell what his speed is in Madden. And I said, like, why was he so good he couldn't run a 40? Me and Texas got a little thing about that. Texas says his mother told him not to and that she's been driving his life. And I'm like, sure, okay, that makes sense. But, like, I said, well, Tom Brady wasn't too good to run a 40. Like so many players, like, why was he too good to? And this guy said they didn't tell Tom Brady to play wide receiver. I think the wide receiver, Lamar Jackson, I think that was a false narrative. Like, that was, like, one guy who said it, right?
There's two dudes.
Who's the second one?
Bill Polian and Mel Kiper.
Mel Kiper said he's a wide receiver?
Well, she said we should switch over.
Oh, I didn't know.
Mel Kiper was saying his accuracy in college was an issue, and he should probably look to play a different position. So it was two dudes on ESPN. So ESPN is the one that performs. Well, him and is it Scouts? Scouts as well, quote unquote. The whole an anonymous scout said, all that shit they do.
We could say that about anybody. But
yeah.
I don't think, like I said last week, running the 40 doesn't mean he's going to be pigeonholed into a wide receiver. Like Mike Vick ran a 40 and was still drafted number 1 overall as a quarterback. Like, if you run fast, it doesn't mean you're essentially now a wide receiver. Like that doesn't make sense to me.
Oh, I agree. It's just you don't want to add more stuff to the narrative. Like, well, he should play. It all comes down to just people just talking about stuff before the draft, and then somehow people start because these owners and GMs and scouts aren't that smart, and we know that. What did that one guy say? These dudes are as smart as they think they are. They'd be actually hired by actual teams. They just all project stuff and they just say things, and eventually they say enough crazy things, they'll catch traction. So if he ran like a 4.3 or 4.2. Bro, I just can imagine the talk. He would be such a great wide receiver.
Yeah, but to be even better quarterback, having an athlete like that at quarterback, it just makes no sense to me to put him at a position where that's actually kind of normal versus something where it's like, oh my God, that's once every generational type of speed. All right, so moving on from that was whatever. So EA is going to bring back different parts of the end zone to do different celebrations and say it's new. What do you guys think? EA bringing back celebrations next year or custom parts of the end zone? Sav?
I mean, I think it'd be cool if there was like customizable like celebrations and stuff, but I actually didn't hear about like bringing back different parts of the end zone. What does that mean?
It's just a comment. Like if you're under a different part of the end zone, you do a different type of celebration. That's pretty cool. I hope it's not like the same one every time though. I hope maybe like I could set up like myself like equip a celebration onto my team, like if I score this, like, and if you score like a game-winning touchdown or a game-clinching touchdown, like you do something cool. I don't know. I want celebrations in Madden, man. I'm sick and tired. Like Fortnite, right?
Yeah, dude. Like, dude, I want to have fun.
Texas, what do you think about that? Custom celebrations.
They're wholeheartedly gonna steal Fortnite's and 2K's thing and just add them to the game. The only thing is, I just want them to update them. We're supposed to get that this year. We didn't. We're supposed to get updated celebrations with people actually going down there and mocap the celebrations, and we didn't actually get that at all.
Kind of like MLB. What's up?
Yo, what happened to MLB?
MLB does that. They brought down a bunch of YouTubers, and they did those like custom celebrations when you hit home run.
Oh, okay. I didn't know they did. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I kind of want them to do that because like Fortnite at this point is embarrassing you because they just came out with their game. They're already doing more stuff than you guys aspire to be. So you got the Conor McGregor celebration of Fortnite. You got the shoot dance. You got the orange juice. And they're going to keep adding more pop culture stuff into the game that people are doing.
Yeah, all they're doing is taking the memes. They're just they're geniuses.
Eventually we'll get the Millie Rock in that game and it's just all hell's going to break loose. like until then, EA has to kind of catch up. So they should probably just take that from them and then just let you choose. Or, well, what's going to happen is you can buy celebration. You can buy one. It's going to be one you can customize. If you want 4 or 5 of them at your arsenal, you got to pay for it.
Yeah.
That's probably what's going to end up being.
More than likely. Put some sort of points in for a custom celebration. I mean, that's what Fortnite does, though, don't they? Don't they sell? They sell custom stuff.
They sell custom They sell celebrations, but you still have 5 slots to use them. It's either 5 or 6.
No, you can use all your emotes now.
Oh, you can use all of them now?
Yeah, you just when you click down on the D-pad, you just click depending on what console you're on. I play on PS4, so I click R1, and it gives you got all of them.
I didn't even know that. That is dope.
It was right in the beginning of season 4 because they felt bad that people were buying emotes and not being able to use all of them, so they just let you use all of them.
Okay, so Fortnite's on it. They with the shit, bro.
Oh yeah, they do. They're the greatest game.
Game of the year.
I just love that game.
I see on Twitter T.Y. Hilton just got a silver token master, so that's kind of interesting.
What?
Yeah, 97
Dude,
overall.
I have so many
98
silvers from the 3.6 mil I wasted last week. Oh.
Yeah, me too. It's gonna be good for us. I got so many of those silver token packs. All right, so that's kind of good news. All right, we'll do a few more comments here from last week. What do you think they could do to improve Weekend League for 19? I'll ask that one or Sav. I got another one for Tex after that. Sav, Weekend League improvements next year?
You know what I've been saying it. I said it since the beginning of the year that they have to lower the win requirements. I actually like what the winning is now. How Weekend League is set up right now. Well, first of all, add 100K to each tier. I'm being dead serious, except bronze and stuff. Like I'm feeling like if you're a Gold 1 player, you should be at least getting 100K guaranteed. But I like it right now. I think isn't it just like 13 wins or 14 wins for Gold? I think it's 13 wins for Gold 1, isn't it?
Yeah, I think something like that.
Yeah,
or is it? Yeah.
That's good. Like 13 wins, and then I think it's 18 wins for Elite 1. Keep it like that, because honestly, there was so many times this year where 19 wins was top 100. Just let 18 be Elite 1, and then 19 and higher, depending on strength of schedule. Leave that top 100. Increase, just make the rewards consistent. Don't do no like when you notice that 85 overalls are going for 12K. Don't make the best, like the guaranteed best spot, like best or don't make the minimum in 85, because there were so many times this year when I came in number 1 in the world, I made 380K.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Do you think we? Yeah.
What
so, do you think Weekend League added to the number of God Squads this year?
Not necessarily. Well, what do you mean by that? Like more people wanting to have a good team?
No, like the amount of value you got from Weekend League and playing those games on the weekend added to the number of people with God Squads. Like they like if you add up all the coins you made from Weekend League this year, how many coins do you think you made? 20 million?
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, a lot. Like honestly, I made a lot. I made so many. Other than like literally, as weird as it sounds, my worst Weekend League was my number 1 in the world, because every other Weekend League I made over 500K, pretty much.
So like that allowed you to get a God Squad basically for free.
Oh yeah, I mean, so there were some times where the market was like kind of whack, so I would like overpay for a card from time to time just to have it first. You know what I mean? I mean, as like content creators, that you want to have like the best
as a
card,
YouTuber,
like,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I'm saying if I would have played it. If I played Madden more as like wait for the market to drop, I could have probably had the greatest. I could probably have every single card in the game if I waited for like I bought Barry when he was 600. Like 2 weeks later he's 300. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Could have, if I would have slept on that, like I would have had. Oh my god, my team would have been crazy. My team was crazy, but my team could have been crazier because I wouldn't have splurged as much. So yeah, Weekend League definitely. I mean, if you weren't playing Weekend League this year, and you wanted a good team without spending money, I don't know what you were doing, because you could have made so many coins. I mean, hell, there were weeks where Gold 1 would make more than me because they pulled the limited so much. It was crazy. I just think the only thing that they could do next year is just make sure that the win requirements, like you got to make people want to play. You know what I mean? You got to make me want, like, make a person who isn't a competitive player want to play Weekend League, and reward them, because you have to understand there is only 100 people getting the crazy rewards. There is about thousands of other people not getting the crazy rewards. At least give them like something, you know what I mean? Not a 80 overall or higher, dude. Nobody wants Adam Thielen. I'm sorry. Nobody wants 80 Adam Thielen for playing 15 games. How long does that take to win 15 games? It's a lot of time. It's like what? Like 35 minutes, 30 minutes a game, something like that?
If you win them all, yeah.
Yeah. And if they stay
8 hours, yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's a lot of time, man. And I mean, I played 25 games every single weekend on multiple accounts. It took a lot out of me. I did it. It was worth it at the time. I mean, obviously, I'm making coins, and the reward videos did absolutely amazing this year, especially being able to get top 100 every weekend, top 10 almost, like top 25. But for the most part, if they want Madden 19's Weekend League to be a lot more appealing, I really like the win structure right now. Boost the guaranteed coins, and you'll have a lot more people playing. I guarantee. I 100% stand behind it. I know it was their first year, so I kind of, even though I was pissed earlier in the year how long they took before they made it from an 85 to an 87 guaranteed, but they got to stay more active with that, like updating it, and I would love to see themed Weekend Leagues next year. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I get you. Texas, this one to you. What's a good number of solos to launch when 19 launches?
A good number of solos. How many did we get this year?
I don't even know. Hundreds? Like a couple hundred?
Well, I think with launch, obviously, we need a gauntlet. We need a journey that's not trash. We need starter solos, probably some team leaders or team heroes type things. So if we do 32 solos for 32 teams, at least 1,500.
Wow. To launch? Just at launch, 1,500?
Well, because I think with I kind of missed the team full length solos where you had to play. Well, actually, I think it might be a little higher shooting. I was doing 16 games with like 32 teams. So my math was bad there, but probably closer to around 500 to 700 now that I'm doing the math properly in my head. Right. Playing full game sequences to get these collectibles for MUTMen or shit like that. I think that'll be, and probably don't have that to be the requirement. I guess, but I like the fact that you got to grind become MUTMen as opposed to this year was, which was a grind, but it wasn't like it was in years past. And Ultimate Mash was a trash can. Like I don't know what the fuck they're doing with that.
All right. Another one. So this one's from Kerry Gaines. Texas, this one's only for you. Does Texas have AIDS? I think it's the only reasonable explanation for his constant sickness.
It might be it, bruh. I mean, like, it could be
fair enough
too. It could be Ebola. No, I'm good now though. I'm not sick no more. We're good.
Oh, good to hear.
I don't go to the doctor, so if I'm sick, I'm sick because I don't go to no damn place to go get prescriptions that are gonna cost me $300. I'm good. So I'm just gonna be sick for a while, but we're good now. So you got another month before I go to Los Angeles, come back sick. So
yeah, I like. Yeah, I understand. You'll get sick when you leave Colorado, the mountains, because the diseases can't get to you on the mountains. I think that's true. That's fact, scientific. So next up, this is more of like a positive comment. I just like reading these because it's good to bring a little positivity. Even though I'm done playing Madden, I still love listening to the podcast. Nice, the Peg Sheem. Appreciate it. I got MLB this year for the first time, and their ultimate team is miles better than Mutt. It's sad. Okay, well, it kind of ended on a bad note. But moving on. This is. I think this will be the last question. Oh wait, there's a couple legendary lemon ones. They're kind of in depth. But let me talk. This one from Ryan Mason. So, what do you guys think about build your own golden ticket? For X amount of dollars, you get a fantasy pack that lets you choose one ability chem and two base chems. With those chems, you can place any card in the game with those collectibles into a set and turn that into a 99 with the stats predetermined by the devs with the ability and chems you choose. Example, plays Bronze Jeff Janis with the ability Secure Tackler, Toughness, and Blanket. Wait, what? Jeff Janis? Isn't he a wide receiver?
For the Packers. Mm-hmm.
Secure Tackler, Toughness, and Blanket coverage? Okay.
Dude, he must be throwing interceptions to need a secure tackler receiver.
I get that would make sense. For my offense, that probably makes a lot of sense. Anyways, Jeff Janis, what do you guys think about that? Build your own golden ticket.
How much money? Like honestly, what do you think they priced that?
$100.
No, way more than that.
No, I think they've only ever shown that they'll give packs at $100. 12,000 points.
I just feel like they would never do it.
Why is that?
Because there are people that probably spent $500 this weekend for a chance to pull one.
Yeah, but they can now get an extra 100. They can now get an extra 100 for a build your own.
Yeah, but if you have everybody building their own card, I mean, yeah, it'd be cool. But then, how would the card art get on there?
It would basically
take so long for them to put that into the damn game.
Well, I think the card art itself would just be like predetermined, like his base card or whatever card you choose, and then like a different golden ticket border.
They would have to go through every card in the game and give it a 9 overall rating. Yeah, that's not happening.
I just feel like that would be like so impossible to do because first of all, everybody would probably. I mean, everybody that really likes Mutt would buy it, but I feel like then well, that would kind of defeat the purpose of golden tickets too, because like a golden ticket, there's only supposed to be 20 of them. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, they're supposed to be rare.
Like a limited
yeah.
quantity, and I feel like that would literally like for like the MUT like people who've been playing MUT forever. You know, like the year that they pull one, it's going to be the coolest feeling ever. If everybody gets one, it kind of like kills like the vibe of actually getting one.
Well, I mean, that was the same argument I made last week where somebody said, well, it was somebody else's argument, but I made it, where they said that the giving away a free ultimate ticket from solos last year cheapened the experience of owning an ultimate ticket. What do you think about that, Sav?
Oh, you know, man, from somebody who doesn't do solos, I did them. I got Damian Swan, and that's a real. Oh, I kind of want to hear your argument with it because I liked it. Did you like it?
Me, I loved it. I played an account.
I thought that was pretty cool.
I had 15 free ultimate tickets last year. Of the 20 some. So I had most of them free. I mean, that was cool for me, but I understood that people thought that was kind of cheap because they spent over 1 million coins, 2 million coins in their ultimate ticket.
That's a very good argument. Oh, yeah, that's a really good argument. I really did enjoy that though because those were like the only solos I did. And you could get you got pretty cool pulls from them. You did. You could get obviously you could pull an ultimate ticket. Yeah, you get one of the best cards in the game. So.
Yeah. So yeah. So Tex, do you think the build your own golden ticket is a bad idea too?
Yeah, mostly because it's just more work for them. We know they ain't about to do all that work.
Yeah. I will say I like if they do the work. I like the build your own golden ticket better than the create a player.
Ooh, who would you create, Fox?
My own golden ticket?
Yeah.
I would probably have to upgrade.
Mel Blunt, I'm calling it.
He's an ultimate legend. Like,
yeah, but I would upgrade him. 107 block shed.
I might do the Leonard Floyd
today. What do you do? You'll still get pancaked on toss. Like, block it don't mean anything. His impact block's all that matters. Impact block.
Well, yeah, that you can upgrade more than one stat.
He's already 99 though, right?
So no, he's a 97. They kind of.
It's gonna be a +2.
Dude, they better let me. If I pull a golden ticket and they say, "Oh no, you're very limited to what you can do," I'd be
when I saw that somebody said I got 9 on the overall team, yet I'm a 98. Like the 99s in this game like don't exist, bro. Like, that dude's gonna get a +2 overall and have from 85 block shit to 87. That's all it's gonna be.
I would probably make a user. I'd probably make like the Leonard Floyd 6'6" user. I'd probably increase his catching. It depends on how they do it, but increase his catching and speed, agility, all those physical stats, and that's kind of what I'd do. Is just make a really tall user. That Leonard Floyd today was a really great budget user, by the way.
He is.
Yeah.
Very tall.
All right, What's up?
Oh, I was thinking like imagine like Ed Too Tall just boosting him, and then just putting him at outside linebacker 6'9".
Yeah, that'd be gorgeous too.
Already has 85 speed, but he's a 99 though, so he'll get 87 speed.
Yeah, I mean, Golden Ticket Gronk last year was pretty slow, but he was still really glitchy, especially near the end zone, where most of the takeaways happen. Yeah. He could contest high points. He could pick off high points.
You got to get Bob Sanders though for the low pass now. So.
Oh, that was a good one. I like that one. Oh my God, you're right though.
Yeah. Lemon asked about. We've talked about prestige levels before on the podcast. But he talks about leveling up players with the prestige. We already talked about that earlier in the podcast with the other comment. Ultimate Master. And then if you keep... okay. Yeah, some solid comments from Lemon. I don't know how much I want to discuss about it, though. Man. Okay, he also wants that reward to 80 overall NAT base elite for doing power-ups. Nah. I say let him burn. Nah, you guys made mistakes doing power-ups in 18. Don't reward people. We talked about that last week. All right, so... Sav, thank you so much for being on the podcast. Actually, Tex, it's your channel. You take.
Well, you can say it works out, but I'll say thank you, Sav, for being on. Tell everybody where they can find you at.
Hey man, I appreciate it. I love being here, man. We're always so productive. I'm more productive in this podcast than I am when I just sit in my chair all day. Being honest.
Yeah, well, I mean, we know you're typing out your masterpiece. What's the name of your book gonna be, Sav?
Probably oh man, like it's gonna be something very quaint, like the life of Savage.
I like it. I like that. How about the life and times of Gun Bunch? No.
The time I qualified to be disqualified.
I like that. The disqualified qualified. We can do this. No, I like that. If we keep working on this, we can get a real good book title. The Brothers Bunch. Maybe no. How about what's that? I guess it don't really matter. Texas, take us out. I'm through.
All right,
I'm done thinking.
Fox is out of here. Screw you, EA, for making a T.Y. Hilton that can't be powered up because he's a MasterCard, so eat a dick. So me, your boy Tex has been Sav and Gutfoxx. Catch you guys in the next one.